Still considered the hardest working woman in gospel music, Vickie Winans remains a force. With a voice that has touched millions, she is still touching the world and still touching hearts. She is personally one of my idols in the gospel music industry, and I am so excited that she has decided to join us for a chat in the Jenleeion circle this evening. How are you, Aunt Vickie? How are you doing?
Hey! I'm great. How about you?
I am fantastic.
How about you?
I'm doing really well. I must say, for the audience, for them to know that, like I said, forever, in terms of my introduction to gospel music, when we go all the way back to me being a child, I think about 4 or 5 years old, and hearing some of your music then, all the way to bringing it all together, that was a CD I listened to when I first got saved, and it really helped me. And I can tell you that it is a joy.
Shake yourself loose.
Shake yourself loose is what did it. And so one of the things that I'd like to discuss with you is a lot of people don't know your route to getting to gospel music. How did it start for you?
Well, I was born in a family of 12 kids. My mom, who sits up on Instagram, she's been passed away maybe 16, 17 years.
Yes.
But she came to one of my, they were at all of my live recordings of Long as I Got King Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think it was the one after Long as I Got King Jesus. However, she, the one before that, she came up while I went to change clothes, and we were at Bishop Mary's church. I'll never forget it. It was packed up in there. And I told Mommy before we left, I said, Mommy, I want you to sing a song while I change clothes for the second half. Baby, they gave my mama that phone. My mom turned that place inside out. I was sitting backstage and said, okay, I ain't never given her another mic. She done stole my show. However, her singing and her presence was so much. My daddy didn't have any talent like that. He built buildings and dog houses and you name it. He could build anything. But my mom, that's the road. She's the reason why we got Tim Bowman Sr., who plays the guitar, and my sisters sing, play the organ, they direct the choir, everybody, it's me. We do a lot.
Right.
So that's the road I got as far as that's concerned, where I started singing around 8. And then after I married Marvin, I was already doing solos like whatever. But then his manager asked me to sing a song, and they did, and the record company wanted to sign me right away. And that was in 1985, and I have not looked back. It was We Shall Behold Him.
And that was the first song that I heard by you. So it's interesting that the way the cookie crumbles, and how the way that God works. So prior to that moment, being asked to sing a solo for the manager and then landing the record deal, did you know that was the trajectory for your life, or were you just simply enjoying?
Are you serious? Are you serious? Did you miss when I said we had 12 kids? Are you serious?
No, I heard that, but I heard that.
When you got 12 kids, you don't think about nothing but 12 kids. No, that was not that's why I'm so blessed.
Yes.
And that's why I took it so to heart. And I said, you know what? I didn't know we were poor because there was so much love. But when an opportunity comes to you, even if the way they have it template for gospel music, I have never been in a template. I'm so not in that. They say you can't do a video. Yes, I can. And yes, I did. All of those videos I put up there, I bought them. And because I'm a visual artist and I know that, so all my songs have to have videos to them.
And one of the things that stuck out to me is years ago, I saw an interview where you said that you would never compromise on gospel. That you obviously you had the voice that you could sing the telephone book, but you would never compromise on gospel music and what have you. And I know T.D. Jakes spoke about it in Woman to Woman about the world has seen you struggle, so to speak, and all that type of stuff. Who do you listen to that inspires you?
Well, inspire can be cut. because I can listen to, I love Yolanda Adams. I love, my gosh, I love everybody. I love all of our gospel artists, especially I love Kirk Franklin. I love Marvin Sapp. But then the Clark sisters are like my babies. I love CC, Marvin, all of people singing gospel music is really kind of hard if you're a professional to get off.
Yeah.
To be on the rock doing. I love our gospel peers. They're great. Tasha Cobbs and what's coming, Tasha Lockhart, and the one that's coming, and my nephew, Tim Bowman Jr. He's crazy. He's a crazy boy.
Yeah, whenever I hear his name, I think of Scott Bamboo from your record, How I Got Over.
Yes, Scott How I Made It Over. Scott How I Made It Over. That's a bad boy. Woo, Jesus, Lord Jesus.
As a mother, you know, it seems like music is obviously woven throughout your blood. It's in the blood. When did you know that your sons were going to follow in your footsteps? When did you know that Mario had talent? When did you know that your other son had talent? When did you know that, wow, this is really a generational thing?
I knew that Mario had talent at 1 year old.
Wow.
He used to come in the kitchen crawling, and pull pots out of the thing and he wanted 2 knives so he could bang on them pots. I also tired him banging on pots. Oh my God, he was playing. And then at age of 3, I think either 3 or 5, he was playing in the church for the mass choir. You couldn't even see him. All you saw was sticks flying. He couldn't sit down. He was so bad. He was so bad until it was unbelievable. I said, okay, there's something wrong with this. That boy played. He can play. I don't know if you ever seen him play live. Oh my God, he's relentless when it comes down to playing live drums. That's a bad boy. He been playing since he was like 3, like for grown people.
Wow.
And then Mario, and then Marvin coming right along behind him. He was a late starter in his singing. I said, okay, you need to belt, do something, because you're supposed to be singing. and so we finally, some boys started coming in, but he got a lot of smarts. He's into film, he's into commercials. His kids are into commercials. They get all the commercials. They're doing commercials as we speak. And he lives in California with his 4 kids. And Mario lives in New York with his 4 children. And it's just a blessing to have kids. And then, you know, they were my engineers. But when they left me and we got married, I learned how to run Pro Tools myself. And so my How I Got Over record, I recorded that.
Wow. And I'm going to tell you, the mixing.
Right at the crib.
The mixing and everything is incredible in that record.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
oh
sir.
My goodness. So it's no joke. Hardest working woman.
I put the numbers inside the song. So whenever they get played, I make sure I get paid.
Wow. So you went and did make sure you did all the encoding and everything.
Oh, I did all of it. Barcode. I did each song. I put it up on TuneCore. I did it all.
Wow.
I promoted it. It went to #1 like the other ones did. And then I did the video. I did an exercise video. I did a compilation. I did a 20th anniversary. I got a lot of stuff out there. And it's all under the umbrella of Destiny Joy. That's the name of my record company.
Yeah.
And I gave her that name because I had a baby girl and she passed away. And her name was Destiny Joy.
Wow. That is a blessing, and Aunt Vickie, that's also one of the reasons why I want to speak to you, because I'm actually going through the you know, I've done a little bit of TV, but I'm actually going through that process right now as an independent artist, and all of the things that you just discussed, I literally just did in terms of, you know, putting things up on TuneCore and trying to promote and that sort of. Of course, I'm no Vickie Winans, but I can tell you that for me, I found a lot of it to be, I believe in the magic of music. I believe that music is healing, but I found to wear so many hats, I found it to be exhausting. So my hat goes off to you that you've been managing yourself and doing everything for, you know, since 1985, or was there at some point?
Just about. I had one manager for maybe about 3 months. I said, you know what? No, I think I better do this. So I managed myself. I booked myself, turn around, have to go out and do the dates, which were running along 180 to 200 a year. And with tracks, without a band. My brother was on for my birthday, and he just stood up and said, you know what, I'm just gonna say this. He said, I'm sorry, that Vickie came out, when Vicke Winans came out here, she changed the face of gospel music with tracks.
Hey, look.
Oh no, I don't have to pay no band. They already played. So just take it.
They already played. Hey, look, yeah. and when you play that track, you sing it like you're singing with the band too.
People don't know the difference, Janet. And your songs is good enough. They don't know no difference. Ain't nobody care about that. You know, my singers don't miss planes. I ain't gotta pay them.
Right. And so every single time, long as I got King Jesus, you just
sing, boy, sing.
You just you ready. And I must tell you that I studied your squalls. I studied your runs. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Longer, for example, you do it in a track in Woman to Woman, and I think it was Waiting on Jesus when you said, y'all don't hear me today.
I love Waiting on. You know what? I'm gonna pull that back up. That was my jam. I'm waiting.
Yeah, when you go, y'all don't hear me today.
Yeah. Okay, so you know what? You've been listening too much.
Because the thing is, what stuck out to me, and again, like I said, that CD I also listened to. Around 2007, I was introduced to that CD, and that helped me through a period of depression I was going through. That's why I said this should not be called Woman to Woman, because this music is blessing me. But it was that song, and when you got to the breakdown where you're saying, you said, break it down and let me sing about it. And that's when they start saying, oh, Jesus. And you're like, I got to wait.
It's so many songs. That's a bad song.
I know. I love it. I love it. And so, speaking of that album, the number one song that, when I talk about ballads, there's a group of ballads that come to mind when I think of you. And obviously, We Need a Word from the Lord comes, right? But also The Rainbow, right?
Yeah. That's like, I can hardly not cry off of that one. I can't take that one.
Yes, where did Rainbow come from? Because really quickly, I'll tell you that the first time I heard it, it had my attention. But when it got to the seasonal part of, he'll take your winter and turn it to spring, and summer will fall far wide into place. And you said, I came to let you know your rainbow is here. You can hold on now because your storm, all of that stuff really spoke to me. So where did that song come from?
Has passed.
Yes.
You can go outside. It's your storm.
Yes. And then, we've been lay into it for a night. All of that stuff. I love it. So where did that song
come in the morning?
And then you get real then you get real sensitive here. I came to let you know your rainbow is here. Where did that song come from?
I couldn't believe that song. I mean, he wrote the song for me, and therefore I could not believe. I just couldn't believe he was singing it. I was like, why wouldn't you keep that for yourself? I didn't tell him that, but because I wanted it. I wanted that song. I'm gonna see if I can find it while we talk. Brent Jones. That's it, Brent Jones.
Yes.
That's it. That's who wrote it.
And you knew once you heard that song that
anybody with any sense, anybody with any musical sense,
yes,
would have recorded that.
Yes.
Yes.
So, Vickie, you've been recording albums since 1985. Obviously, what is your favorite project? Do you have any favorite projects of your own?
My very first album is good. I would like to sing like sweeter than the honey and the honeycomb.
Yes.
I like that. I've tried. Oh, Mario's on there. He's 13. he's doing the drums and the on that particular song. That's how bad he is.
Wow.
My son was on that album. That was one of my favorites. Obviously, We Shall Behold Him.
Yes.
You Turn Me. That's right. You Turn Me. I love that. That's the one they put on the radio too.
Yeah.
Along with We Shall Behold Him. You Turn Me.
Yeah. Now I know that to this day you still love Shake Yourself Blues because you perform that quite often.
I have to. Let me tell you something. Sometimes I say, okay, I'm gonna put Long as I Got King Jesus in a piece of luggage. And I'm gonna lock it up. That it won't happen. Kids, it's these babies. Everybody loves Long as I Got King Jesus. Really.
Yes.
Everybody. It's amazing. I'm still singing it. I recorded it in 1996.
Yeah.
How many years ago is that?
I know, and I remember driving to church and with my grandmother, and she'd be dragging us to church, kicking and screaming, and then when that song would come on, this is a true story. When that song would come on, we would literally set it. We had a radio station in Austin, D.C. called Heaven 1580.
Yeah.
and thankfully now we have a gospel station on the FM dial, but it was on the AM dial. Whenever that song came on, it really did something to me. That, and then also when we go all the way to Already Been to the Water. Now, one of the things
Lord have mercy. That's when I knew about. See, when I got shout out so fast, I didn't have time to kind of catch up with what. When I heard about Already Been to the Water, one of the gospel DJs at the time, they called the gospel announcer called me and said, "Let me tell you something. Already Been to the Water, been number one so long." I said, "For real?" I didn't even know I was singing it, but I didn't know that song got so many words. You better remember, especially when you're doing tracks. There's so many words to that song. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, I love the ad libs in that song when you start saying the crowd, "Won't you let me call him?" Like,
oh my! I mean, okay. Let me say. I will go and say. I stepped in the water. I like when we moved on out into the mind. What it came moving just around my big feet. Kept a little foot. I stepped a little foot that came up around my waist. Thank you, Jesus. Man, good guy say, woo, that's church.
It's real church.
And what's the part at the end part? Where I had to say all them, let me call him. Jesus.
Yeah. Jesus. You said, "Won't you let me call him?" Jesus.
He is my rock, my sword, my shield.
Yes.
He is my wheel in the middle of the wheel.
And is that that name? I mean, yes. You might as well start bowing down. What's his name? Jesus. What's his name? I love that stuff. Yeah, that's real church right there.
They throw their hats first.
So what was the musical decision to? Because I at some point you shifted to doing a lot more studio music, even though you started out doing that way. What sent you from doing the live records back into doing studio records, or was there no real shift?
Somebody talked me into it, and the live person was so huge. That was the one with King Jesus on it.
Yeah.
And then if King Jesus, More Than Enough, We Need to Work from the Lord. No, that was on the next one. More Than Enough, King Jesus. I mean, that's a blessing when you go. I mean, not to say that I'm Michael Jackson, but that boy's songs were so potent.
Yeah.
Until they still trying to catch up with him.
Yes.
I mean, oh man, give me one more chance. What was it, 2? I
think he was 11.
I understand. Right now, if you was to take that and put it on at a party, he's singing like a kid. But the songs, who wrote the song?
Exactly.
I'm like, wait a minute. I was telling somebody in concert, oh my gosh, it's hilarious. I was telling somebody I was at a concert, you know, that we used to get saved every week. Like every Sunday we get saved, then on Monday. Now on Monday we be back in the gym. But, ow, it's your thing.
Do what you want to do.
And we back in the gym the next day. It's your. I'm actually in a concert, and that's what I'm saying. I said, it's your thing. They was cracking up. Do what you want to do. I said, I can't tell you. Then I put the bike out there. The whole church, who the sock it to? I said, Jesus. Wait a minute. Wait, y'all wouldn't say. I said, y'all wouldn't say me. The whole church said, I put it to the mic. They said, who the sock it to? Oh, okay.
Oh, and they were ready. They were ready for it too. Well, obviously, right now our country is still being ravaged by COVID-19, and prayerfully it will be over soon. I'm thankful to God that I am vaccinated. You know, I know that you are too. But tell me, Vickie, since this started, how have you coped?
I was in the house the whole year, a solid year, and I'm a loner anyway when I go home. But I don't, you know. But I love. But it's probably with equal now because I'm out every weekend. When I was out. I'm out every weekend.
Yeah.
And even from when I first put my record out, I think I was 34 years old, 33, and my concerts just are so steady. And then I added comedy, and so that's a whole nother branch. That's Bishop Jake's fault. He told me he was going to stretch me because he said, girl, you're the funniest somebody I have seen. So he took me on a cruise to Alaska and told me, don't bring no music. You're going to make my people laugh. I'm like, oh my gosh.
You went and stretched out on Jesus and made the people laugh.
Yeah, I did it. And then I came home and I made comedy records. I got comedy DVDs. They sell like hotcakes and they are hilarious. I don't have a comic writer, because I'm just telling what happened to me is hilarious.
In fact,
timing. Huh?
Yeah, go ahead. I was going to say, in fact, you have told a story about losing your ponytail on stage.
Baby, that Chinese lady said, Noah, come on, offer. I said, Noah, come on, offer. Oh, okay, well then give me 4 of them. Baby. I was singing and singing. The thing fell off, and the audience was on the floor. I said to myself, wow, I'm really singing good. Baby, when it was all over, I looked up, my own hair was sitting up like this. The ponytail was on the floor. Man, I thought an animal had came up in the house. I said, wait, somebody shoot this. Shoot.
Well, I remember distinctly that when you turned 60, you said that after turning 60, all of a sudden your knee would make noises like a gunshot. So now
what?
You told a story that after you turned 60, it seemed like you went to bed at 59 and woke up 60, and all of a sudden your knees would make popping noise like gunshots.
Baby, you better look back. Your arm beat up, fell off. I think we
Are your knees still holding up now? Or do they still make those noises?
Listen, man, teeth fall out. You have no idea what all I had to do to get this today. Teeth everywhere. Got to get your teeth out the back room, under the bed. It don't make no sense. I mean, really. You fall apart. You see this right here? You know I ain't lying. You know what this is for. I ain't lying. Wow, this happened. I mean, my teeth that came out once when I was little. Okay, we went through that. Then them big old teeth came in. Now you get they're coming out again. Okay, this is too much. And they're expensive.
Do they come with a return policy?
Insurance policy.
A return? Do they have insurance?
They come with an old age policy.
Yeah, understood.
And the name of it is called old.
Understood. Well, on Vickie, what can we expect? Are you going to be doing any more recording or any more releasing album music anytime soon?
I am. I have songs almost ready to go. I was literally getting ready to go in and lay the vocal down to the song I'm about to find the sample to Shaft.
Mm.
Remember the wah wah? I wanted the original wah wah. Baby, that song's so bad, but it's not that. It's called You Don't Own Me, Talking to the Devil.
Wow.
My life, I want it. Devil, I'm coming, my life to take it back. You don't own it, my life. This time I won't let it go. Never give it up, never give it up. And all that, the wah wah. The joint is bad.
That's nice. That's nice. Vickie, how long did it take you to learn how to work Pro Tools yourself? That is dedication and independence to the utmost.
Honey, and desperation. When you got to get something done, I had to get that record done. It was my first record. I didn't want to go. I promised them it was coming out. And I just had to, honey, 4 o'clock in the morning in my pajamas, I was up there singing. Because it was up in my house. I had a really Lord blessed with a big, beautiful home. And the maid's quarters of the home was the only thing that went up. So I took that knock a wall out and made it a bona fide, but it's a Pro Tools studio, Pro Tools Pro studio. It had everything in it.
Pro Tools HD.
So I went in there and I learned how to my vocals. I learned how to set the mics up for different things. And when stuff got high on the end, like how I got over, so do I get wonder how I got baby. I had to stand up on top of the chair. I said, now you know this don't make no kind of sense. It just I couldn't get that note out. So I just took the mic, just put it in my hand, the computer mic, and got up on top of the chair and said,
You mean the at the end? That note at the end?
Yes, it was clear.
Hey, look.
I haven't sung. I gotta go do some warm-ups with a lady's gonna warm me back up. Sure
hey, look, you were going back to your We Shall Behold days with that note, weren't you?
Baby. No, I hear the music in the air. Okay.
Oh yeah.
17 modulations. I was high. I saw stars. I ain't gonna lie.
Now, I'll be honest with you, just so you know. So I have a Vickie Winans playlist and I've been doing this for about 6 years. You know, I tell you, you know, everyone. Obviously you touch my soul. You touch a lot of people's soul, right? So I have the Vickie Winans playlist. That's 4 songs that I work out to every morning, and it starts with "Shake Yourself Loose," and then "Already Been to the Water," and then the next song is "Go Go Pray."
Trying to kill yourself.
Yeah, the next.
Damn, that's my jam right there.
Well, Go Go Praise.
I don't think so. What is how the other thing? I don't know, but what's the problem at the end? Why you sitting over there? How's it go?
Yes,
I got so many songs. I don't remember.
When you say, I can't understand why you're still, why you're not sitting. I can't understand why you're not dancing. I can't. Yeah, that.
I can't do. Michael Rodney Jerkins did that.
Wow. Yeah, and put that little DC spin of go-go on it. It was awesome.
Yeah, I got that go-go.
And then, and then the fourth song is I hear the music in the air.
Yes.
And that song is, once we get to that part, David danced before the Lord with all his might. Once you go into that, and then we get into that modulation, you know, I have this thing. I time my exercise based on the song. So once we get to the part where you're going to be modulating, I'm like, okay, you're going to run at the highest speed. You got to keep it during the entire modulation part. You got to keep the entire you can't stop until the choir does the last.
Yeah.
I hear the music in the air. Boom. And then I said, and then finally, when you start that praising part, I hear the music. Yeah, yeah. When you start all that, that's when I'm catching my breath.
Let me tell you something. I was singing for McDonald's Gospel Festival, and they had a big gospel fest show every year in New Jersey, and there's about 18,000 people. And speaking of old age, I was singing there. I hear the people was going bananas. It was 18,000 people, a lot. So I was singing. I hear the music in the air, and baby, all of a sudden I heard my tooth get loose. I heard something say, wait a minute, wait. saying. I can't fall out on the floor and speak in tongues. I had a track. And I can't stop. I heard my tooth. I said, no. I said, up. Dance. That crew. I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it. Baby, I sing. I heard this. Baby, I caught that mug and put it in my pocket.
You said it costs too much money. You said you hear the music in the air.
I had some more shows. You can't buy no teeth.
Yeah, you say you hear the music in the air, but the music ain't supposed to be knocking your teeth out.
Baby, my teeth flew straight. I caught it. The people on the front row saw it, so I just went on and told it. They was on the floor. I said, y'all, I just lost a tooth, but I caught it.
Vickie, again, both from music and also in conversation, you have really blessed my soul. And I hope that the audience, if you go listen to Rainbow, and keep your eyes out for the next music that Vickie Winans is going to release. Rainbow is specifically when you guys get to that record and you hear the line, "It'll take your winter, turn it to spring.
Dang.
Summer will fall into place." Help me sing. Your turn.
It'll take your winter, turn into spring.
Yes.
Summer will fall into place.
All of those.
Come on, your turn.
Yes. All of those cold dead things in your life, something's gonna fall in the blazes in the storm. Your time.
What did it do?
Has passed. You really blessed my soul, Vickie.
No, man, you are such a doll. Thank you.
So before we adjourn, if you can give a word of encouragement to the country. Obviously, there's still a lot going on. I think I'm glad to sit and talk about music and that stuff because, again, I believe music has healing power. I want to give you the last word to the audience.
I am getting more calls than I've ever gotten in my entire life now. I mean, people are confused. I'm just being flat out honest. They just don't understand why we are church members and why is this attacking all the churches? Nobody had no prophecies. Nobody told nobody nothing. They warned them in the Bible about plagues and pestilence and all that kind of stuff, right? Famine and all of that. God would warn us prophets. Well, we didn't get any warning. We got corona. However, that's only one part. First of all, if you died in the Lord, to live is Christ and to die is gain. That's it. That's the first thing. Yes. Secondly, if you're a faith leader, preaching faith, you can't make God do anything. Number one, I've never seen Jesus. I've never seen him. I don't know him to see him when I walk down the street. I've never bumped into him. So this walk of we doing is a walk of faith.
Yes.
That's why a lot of times we get enthralled in our pastors, which is okay to love your pastor, but that's not Jesus. But see, what we're doing, we're missing the point of faith. Some of us, not bad. It's just that you see your pastor and we don't see Jesus. But you have to walk this walk by faith. It's by faith that I'm going to believe one day. I'm just going to take my chances on faith that we're going to see him face to face. That's how you get through stuff. Jesus has never brought me no McDonald's or none of that. We ain't never had no Audis or none of that. But I know he's there. Yes. And just in case, Andre Crouch sang a song. In heaven was never promised to me. Even God's promise to live eternally has been worth just having the Lord in my life. That's where I feel. Yes. It's just been worth having the Lord in my life. I feel great.
Yes.
So that's what I want to tell everybody. Keep the faith. Get your vaccine. Keep the faith. Don't be super duper spiritual and get COVID. Keep the faith.
Yes.
Watch the news. it's here. If we was gonna do anything, we should have did it, told the FBI a year and a half ago. We've been ahead of it. Since that didn't happen, let's keep on believing Jesus. And
Absolutely.
if we happen to have somebody that passed, it's game. I don't know what else to say. We in a win-win situation. So that's what I want to say. Everybody keep the faith. Hold your head up. Church members, go back to church. Let's
Absolutely.
get this thing back on track. Amen. To my own self.
Absolutely. I love it. Absolutely. Keep the faith indeed. And we all are in this together, and let's hold on, because the rainbow definitely will appear. Vickie, again, thank you again. I look forward to us being able to chat again in the future. Thank you. God bless you.
Name, you know.
I know, and I've I listened to your son, and from when he was
he bad too. Jesus, Lord. When he was little, he was bad.
Yeah.
But I don't want to know. Lord, look like that's another one. I said, if they play this song one more time, they play the bar mitzvahs, dog shows.
We're really happy for him. So, I'll keep my fingers crossed that we're able to check in with him as well at some point, because we have the same name.
You sure do.
Absolutely. So you have a great night on, Vickie, and again, God bless you.
I will, baby.
Thank you.
Does anyone still believe in